Namaskaram girls. The previous classes we learned Indian economy and then the difference between the growth and development. What do you mean by growth? Growth is calculated by GDP, isn't it? What do you mean by GDP? Gross domestic product means the money value of the total money value of goods and services produced in a year within the political boundary. That is called a gross domestic product. So the GDP determines the growth of the country. On the other hand, GDP, HPI, PQLI, that is the standard of living, the human national happiness index, GNHI. Everything included while we are calculating development. So there is a difference between growth and development. Growth is considered only with the GDP, but on the other hand, the remaining things are included while we are calculating development. And then on the basis of status, we learned two. One is developed country, the other one is developing country. And also we saw the features of a developed country. High national income, high per capita income, high consumption, industrialization, full employment and other things. And then we studied about the Indian economy and we studied what are all the strengths of Indian economy. Isn't it? Now, in today's class, we are going to learn the weakness of Indian economy. Though we have many things as our strength, some of the things are make us weak. What are they? The weakness of Indian economy. First one is large population. While we are studying about the strength of Indian economy, we study the population between the middle age, that means the youth or strength to the country. But at the same time, we all know that India is the second largest populated country after China, isn't it? China is the most populous country. India is the second populous country. In the world total area, India is only 2.4% of area in the world. And 1.7% GDP only we are contributing to the global economy income. World income நம்ம கொடுக்கிறது 1.7னா total area world area India occupies only 2.4% of area, but at the population India has 17.5% of population is in India. See, total area la நம்ம இந்தியா வந்து 2.4% of area தான், சின்னதான இந்தியா country. Total income இந்தியால இருந்து contribution பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1.7% தான். Population பார்த்தீங்கன்னா total population 17.5% of population is India. That means it is a large populated area. India is most populous country in the world. Second most populous, isn't it? First one is China, second one is India. And the states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, the population in these states are more than the population of United States of America. Do you understand what I am telling? யூஎஸ்ஏல இருக்கிற டோட்டல் பாப்புலேஷனும் இந்தியாவில் மகாராஷ்டிரா உத்தரப்பிரதேசில் உள்ள பாப்புலேஷனும் ஒன்று. அது கண்ட்ரி, நீங்கள் ஸ்டேட்டு. இப்போ பாரு எவ்வளோ பாப்புலேஷன். The whole country bears the population same as the population of the states of India. இந்தியாவில் 2 ஸ்டேட்டில் அவ்வளோ பாப்புலேஷன் இருக்குது. யூஎஸ்ஏயோட மொத்த பாப்புலேஷனே அவ்வளோதான். அண்ட் எவ்ரி இயர் every once in 10 years we are taking census. Census என்னன்னு தெரியுங்களா? Once in 10 years we are taking. So every year the population is increasing as much as the population of Australia. ஆஸ்திரேலியாவுடைய டோட்டல் பாப்புலேஷன் அளவுக்கு ஒவ்வொரு 10 வருஷத்துக்கு இருக்கும் இந்தியாவில் பாப்புலேஷன் என்ன ஆகிட்டே இருக்குது, இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிட்டே இருக்குது. பாப்புலேஷன் இஸ் இன்க்ரீசிங் இன் எவ்ரி டிகேட்ஸ்னா 10 years. ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் இன் 10 years we are taking census. So every 10 years the population is increasing as much as the population of Australia. So many states in India is the population equal to some nations. And in the year 1911 and 21, in that year there was an epidemic like cholera, plague, influenza and other also famine. So that year is known as the year of Great Divide. 1921 is known as the year of Great Divide. Because of the epidemic, there was a large negative growth. And in the year 1951, the growth rate has been come down from 1.33% to 1.25%. There was a fall down in the year 1951. 1951, the population has been reduced from 1.33% to 1.25%. So that is known as year of small divide. And in the year 1961, again the population started increasing from 1.96 to 2%, and the year is called as known as year of explosion. Population explosion. Explosion na வெடிப்பு, மக்கள் தொகை வெடிப்பு அப்படினு அர்த்தம். burst ஆகுற மாதிரி. 1.96 ல இருந்து 2% it has been increased in the year 1961. So that year is called year of population explosion. 1.96 to 2%, 0.4% has been increased. So even though it is 0.4 seems to be less, but it is considered to be population explosion. And 2011 census reveals that the young population is described as demographic transition. And the second one is inequality and poverty. India, there exists a huge economic disparity in Indian economy, isn't it? The people, so many people are living below the poverty line, BPL, below poverty line. So increase in the population leads to the increase in the poverty. So there is no equal distribution of the income between the rich and poor. So there is an inequality. in the society. And increasing price of essential goods. The increasing population needs increase in their consumption. The demand also increases. When the demand increases, automatically the price of the product will be increased. That we studied. So, the increasing population needs more product, which leads increase in the price. Even some essential goods like basic things has been increased, and it is adversely affect the poor people. They are becoming so poor nowadays. They are not able to buy even a necessary items for consuming them, for consumption. And then weak infrastructure. Though we have a gradual improvement in the past few decades, still we have some needs in the improvement in the infrastructure like power, transportation, technology and other things. So we have weak infrastructure. Inadequate employment generation. As we have healthy population, we are not able to give employment opportunity to all the people, those who are coming out after completing their education. Isn't it? Every year, lakhs and lakhs of people are completing their higher educations. The country is not able to provide employment opportunity to all the people, those who are completing their higher studies or graduations, because there is no industries. So the population is one of the hurdles, obstacles, problem of giving the employment opportunity to all. So we have inadequate employment generation and outdated technology. Like a country like USA and other things, other areas, they have started this online education decades before. But nowadays only we are following, isn't it? Even they are attending their classes on online classes. They are moving from one place to another place fast. They use a computer at a vast usage. But slowly nowadays only we are adopting everything. Till we are not technically improved. So till we have outdated technology. So these are the weakness of Indian economy. Large population, inequality and poverty, increasing price of essential goods, weak infrastructure, inadequate employment generation and outdated technology. And then we are going to see the demographic trends in India. That is, scientific study of the characteristics of population is known as demography. Demography is nothing but the scientific study of the characteristics of population. So the study of population is called demography. While we are studying about the demographic trends, we have to study under the 7 headings, that is size of population, rate of growth, birth death rate, density of population, sex ratio, life expectancy at birth, literacy ratio. The first one, size of population, I already taught you while I am talking about a large population. Everything I told in that sector. And then we are going to see the birth rate and the death rate. What do you mean by birth rate and the death rate? The number of births per thousand in the population is called birth rate. Number of births by thousand. அதே மாதிரி number of deaths by thousand is called death rate. The birth rate was 39.9 in the year 1951. In the year 1951, the birth rate was 19.9 and fell into 21.8 in 2011. Sorry, 21.8. In those days, if you ask your grandma and grandpa, அவங்கக்கிட்டலாம் நம்ம சொன்னோன்னா நான் எங்களுக்கு என்னப்பா சொத்து, பிள்ளைங்க தான் எங்களுக்கு சொத்து அப்படிமா. அப்போ வந்து தே ஃபீல் தட் த சில்ட்ரன் ஆர் த அசட் ஆஃப் த ஃபேமிலி, வெல்த் ஆஃப் த ஃபேமிலி. ஸோ உங்கள் தாத்தா பாட்டிக்கிட்டேலாம் நீ கேட்டேன்னா அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க, எங்கள் வீட்டில் 6 பிள்ளைங்க, 8 பிள்ளைங்க, 10 பிள்ளைங்க, 12 பிள்ளைங்கன்னு இல்லையா? ஆனால் இப்போ அப்படி இல்லை. இந்த இயர் 1970s 80s வந்து government started giving awareness about the population and they started giving the slogan நாம் இருவர் நமக்கு இருவர், 2 children are enough அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஒரு கான்செப்டில் they started giving awareness among the people இல்லையா? பட் nowadays நாம் இருவர் நமக்கு ஒருவர், சிங்கிள் சைல்டு அந்த கான்செப்டுக்கு வந்துட்டோம். பிகாஸ் the birth rate has been increased in the previous years. ஆனால் இப்போ 1951 2011 பாருங்க, the people they have some awareness among the population increase. So now the birth rate has been reduced. And then death rate in பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, the death rate has been also declined from 27.4 in the year 1951. Now it has been declined from 7.1. இது birth rate, அது death rate தான். birth rate வந்து 1951 39.9 ஆனது 2011 21.8% reduce ஆயிருக்கு. At the same time death rate also has been fell down from 27.4 to 7.1 because of the medical technology, medical improvement, the improvement in the medicines, the innovations in the medicines, new methods, surgeries and other things. Science, advancement in the technology, isn't it? The death rate also has been reduced. And then Kerala has the lowest birth rate and Uttar Pradesh has the highest birth rate. West Bengal has the lowest death rate and Orissa has the highest death rate. And some states have very high population. Those states are considered to be Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. They have given us Daimaru அப்படின்னு வேணா என்ன வச்சுக்கோ. That means all the 5 states, 4 states, sorry. 4 states like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh have a very high population. And the next one is density. What do you mean by density? அடர்த்தி. ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஏரியாவில் ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் கிலோமீட்டரில் how many people are living? அதுதான் density of population. In the year 1951, 117 people lived in one square kilometer. ஒரு சதுர கிலோமீட்டருக்கு 117 பேர் இருந்தாங்க. But in the year 2001, it has been increased to 325. In the year 2011, it has been increased to 382. பாருங்க, 120 பேர் இந்த இடத்துல 380 பேர் இருக்கிறோம். Area is same, but the density of the population has been increased. ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஏரியாக்குள்ள எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கிறாங்கங்கிறது படிக்கிறது தான் டென்சிட்டி ஆஃப் பாப்புலேஷன். In the year 1951, 117 people lived in the per square kilometer, but now it has been increased. So the density of population has been calculated by total population by the land area. Land area of the region. So in India, the density of the population is very high. And before independence, the population is less than 100. Density of the population has been less than 100, but nowadays it has been increased. Kerala, West Bengal, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh have a high density, higher than the India's average density. Bihar is the most densely populated state in the country with 1,102%. My goodness. ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் கிலோமீட்டருக்குள்ள இவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்கிறாங்களா பீகாரில்? ஸோ பீகார் இஸ் த மோஸ்ட் டென்ஸ்லி பாப்புலேட்டட். ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் கிலோமீட்டருக்குள்ள 1102 people are living. It's very bad. And in West Bengal with 880. அந்த ஏரியாக்கெல்லாம் போனீங்கன்னா கச்ச 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 பீப்புளை எங்கே பார்த்தாலும் பார்க்கும். Arunachal Pradesh is the low density of population with only 17%. சே, தள்ளி தள்ளி இருப்பாங்க. Only 17 people are living in 1 square kilometer. இப்போ ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு அடுத்த வீட்டுக்கு இடையில ரொம்ப டிஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஏரியா will be vast. பொல்யூஷன் இல்லாமல் இருக்கும் அருணாச்சல் பிரதேஷ்லாம். Then sex ratio, it refers to the number of females per 1000 males. 1000 ஆண்களுக்கு எத்தனை பெண்கள் இருக்கிறாங்கிறத பற்றி படிக்கணும். It's an important indicator to measure the extent of prevailing equality between males and females. In the year 1951, see, in the year 1951, 946 females were there for 1000 males. For male ஜாஸ்தியாக இருந்தாங்க, females கம்மியாக இருந்தாங்க. 2001ல females rate has been reduced 933 for 1000 males, and then 2011 it just increased from 940. The Kerala, the adult ratio is 1084 as in 2011. The recent census says that it has been a marginal increase in the sex ratio. Haryana has the lowest sex ratio of 877 among the other states. So in Haryana only there will be more males and less females. The remaining states somewhat better. And life expectancy at birth, that means the expectation of life at birth. எவ்வளவு நாள் வாழ்நாள் எவ்வளவு, இந்தியாவில் ஒரு மனிதனுடைய வாழ்நாள் எவ்வளவுங்கிறத பற்றி படிக்கிறதா. லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி ஆஃப் பர்த் அட் பர்த் it has been improved இல்லையா. இப்போ மெடிக்கலில் நிறைய சேஞ்சஸ் வந்துருக்கிறதுனால நம்முடைய it has been increased. So it is low when the death rate is high. Death rate ஹையாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி லோவாக, டெத் ரேட் லோவாக இருந்தால் லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி ஹையாக. அதே மாதிரி பர்த் ரேட் ஹையாக இருந்தால் லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி ஹை, பர்த் ரேட் லோவாக இருந்தால் லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி லோ. இந்த இயர் 1901 1911, அதாவது 1901 1911 மேக்ஸிமம் மக்கள் எவ்வளோ நாள் இருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா 23 இயர்ஸ் தான். The maximum lifetime of the people is considered as 23 years. So 25 years 30 yearsல நிறைய பேர் இறந்து போயிடுவாங்க. But it has been increased to 63.5 in 2011. இப்போ நம்மளுடைய லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 63 வயசு வரைக்கும், 60 வயசு 65 வயசு வரைக்கும் நார்மலாக இருக்காங்க. பட் nowadays it has been increased. People more than 70s and 80s are living more, isn't it? So the life expectancy of the people has been increased nowadays. 63 now. A considerable fall in the death rate is responsible for the improvement of the life expectancy at birth. So India is considered to be very low compared to the developed countries. Developed countries எல்லாம் பாருங்க ஏஜ். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் அமெரிக்க அதிபர் ஜோ பைடன் இப்போ வந்திருக்கிறாரே, he is 75 years old, I think so, 77. அன்னைக்கு அந்த டயஸ்க்கு வரும்போது he ran and come, isn't it? ஓடி வந்தார் பார்த்தீங்களா ஜோ பைடன், who was selected as a president now, American president. So at the age of 77 or above 75, he has been selected as a American president. ஸோ அவங்களுடைய லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி பாரு ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது. நம்ம நாட்டை விட அங்கே வந்து லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சி ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது டெவலப்டு கண்ட்ரீஸில். அண்ட் லிட்ரஸிங்கிறது நத்திங் பட் த எஜுகேஷன். இட் ரெஃபர்ஸ் டு த நம்பர் ஆஃப் லிட்ரேட்ஸ் அஸ் அ பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் த டோட்டல் பாப்புலேஷன். மொத்த மக்கள் தொகையில் எவ்வளோ பேர் படித்தவங்க எவ்வளோ பேர் படிக்காதவங்க அப்படிங்கிறத படிக்கணும். ஸோ இன் 1951 only 1/4 of the males and 1/12 of the females were literate. 125 பேர் படிச்சிருப்பாங்க ஆண்களில், பெண்களில் 110 பேர் படிச்சிருப்பாங்க. In those days they won't allow the female to go for studying, isn't it? Girls child எல்லாம் என்ன செய்ய மாட்டாங்க, படிக்க வைக்க அனுப்ப மாட்டாங்க. But nowadays it has been increased இல்லையா. இப்போ 2011 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 82% of males and 62% of 65.5% of females are literated. Overall literacy பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 74.4. ஸோ அதர் டெவலப்டு கண்ட்ரியை பார்க்கும்போது ஸ்ரீலங்காவுடைய லிட்ரஸி ரேட்டு தான் வெரி லோ. Do you know which state is the high literacy rate in India? நிறைய படித்தவங்க இருக்கிறது எந்த ஸ்டேட்டு தெரியுமா? ஜிகேல படிச்சிருப்பேல. Which state has the more literacy people in their state? Yes, Kerala. Kerala has the highest literacy rate of 92%. Almost all the people are educated there. Followed by Goa. Second, Goa. First one Kerala. Second, Goa. Third, Himachal Pradesh. Fourth, Maharashtra. And fifth, Tamil Nadu. And Bihar has the lowest literacy rate. So Tamil Nadu bears 5th position in the literacy. First position goes to Kerala, second position Goa, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, and then Tamil Nadu. So with this, let me conclude today's session. In the next class, we will see the natural resources and the types of natural resources and then infrastructure and energy and other things. Thank you girls. Read the lesson. Only then you can understand. This topic is consists of data. So you should be very thorough. While you are studying, you should take down as a note. Notes mari hints mari eduthu vechikittena it will be easy while you are writing the test. So read the lesson carefully, be thorough. Thank you girls.